Hey guys, Rich Lopez with the Droptine Traditions Podcast. This is just another episode, and actually it's a special edition. This is my hunting partner, Jim. I hunt with John and Jim. Jim Raine, also known as Raineman. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to see you. It's been a
Like,
while.
likewise. Yeah, last time I saw you was at your wedding. Uh,
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
so
Yeah.
6 months ago, something like that.
No, it was
Three, four, 4 months ago.
May 31st. So was
Yeah,
that 4 months ago?
about that. I don't know. I've lost track of time.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Almost. I don't
Well,
know. I
So,
just got off vacation, so I'm lucky I even know what day it is.
well,
So
we'll talk about that too. But before I continue, I got to do some business. I want to thank you to my supporters, which is Traps Feather Rest, Daryl Damron, Traditional Bowhunter Magazine, Sauk Trail Archery, St. Joe River Bows, TraditionalJunk.com, WhiskeyCityTradGear.com or WCTrad.com, Jessie Savage Blacksmith.com, StickbowHuntsMX.com, and if I forgot anybody, I apologize. I will be putting
Travis.
Travis. Well, that's right. Stickbowsupply.com.
Yep.
Yeah, he carries my freaking artwork on the side of his trailer. You think I would remember that shit? But at any rate, guys, I will put your links in the description below. That way, everybody gets access to you, and they can contact and reach out. So, Jim, how's things on the home front there on the farm, on the mini farm?
They have been busy, busy. Yeah. Like I said, I just got off a basically staycation here at home, and
Right.
Lisa and I did a lot of stuff. We, cut up some wood, split some wood, moved some wood, made some dump runs, made some brush runs, working on the den. We've got some of that termite damage replaced and got some concrete poured in and some new studs up. So slowly going to get that den ready. Hopefully it's ready by our Christmas shindig.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But
Ex-
yeah, pretty much it. Just, I had to do Lisa's rear brakes. I had to do Tristan's brakes on his pickup, and I had to fix some other stuff, and I just don't even know what else I did. It was just a blur.
yeah.
It was like a 10-day blur. I was off for like 10 or 11 days.
Is now your vacation? Is it a use it or lose it?
No, no.
No.
The only
Okay.
the only time that I have to use annually is I get 48 hours of sick time.
Hmm.
And I have to use that or I lose that. But my
Hmm.
vacation, I can accumulate my comp time, so to speak, whatever, if I convert some overtime hours into time off or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
But
at a point with my vacation time now. State Farm used to just give you like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I shouldn't say that State Farm, but they gave me 3 weeks, and then you would get like 10 sick days. Well, they changed
Mhm.
all that. Now we're doing what's called PTO, permission time off. So you
Right.
accrue that every 2 weeks, every pay period. So, like starting in October, I got I'm bow hunting in upstate New York. Then I want to come back in December for the gun hunt, and then January we have a cruise. February I'm going to Mexico. March, where the hell am I going? Going somewhere in March. Oh yeah, I'm going to the PBS banquet in Indianapolis,
Right.
and then I don't think I'm going to do the Baltimore shoot this year. Just so I need a whopping 179 hours of PTO. I have right now 170.9. So I think if I don't take any sick days over the next couple of weeks, I should be good.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
one of those things.
My days are, I, like you, I get 3 weeks, starting January 1 plus my sick time.
Right.
And then all my vacation carries over. And I'm after this vacation, I'm getting a little thin. I think I'm just below 200 hours now of vacation time, which scares me.
Right.
That's not enough.
Hey,
So
did you guys do bike week this year?
no, we did not. No, I had originally taken off for bike week because we always do that, for Lisa's birthday every year. We go down to bike week down in Ocean City.
Hmm.
But I had that Canadian fishing trip that I went on, and with us getting married this year after 33-year engagement, um, and I still took that time off, but I just used it here at the house. We we were going to ride down and see Maxine and Joe because they take that week off too and go down to the ocean. But it was windy and blustery, and then they had family coming in. We were going to go down on Thursday, and then she's like, "Can you do it Wednesday?" And then Wednesday was a washout, so we were just like, you know what, we're just going to stay here and keep working on the house. So
Well,
that's what we did.
that's your project. It's a wonderful project. I mean, I saw the house, folks, when he bought it, and what they've done to it since then. Oh my God, it's like a 360.
It's yeah, and as soon as we get this den done, then I can start working in the barn.
Right.
So
Yeah. So for the people that are listening, Jim has what year's your Chevelle?
71 Super Sport.
All right. So and you're not the original owner, but you're the second owner.
I was the third owner.
Okay.
Okay. So the guy I bought it from back in 1982 bought it from the original owner.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the third owner. And then I had it somewhere into the mid 90s. I can't even remember exactly when. And I sold it because I went through a nasty divorce, and I ended up selling my house before I sold that car.
Yeah.
Which I don't think, that probably wasn't a very intelligent decision, but I was
Hey,
25 and getting divorced, and
right.
I was an idiot. But anyway, I sold it, and I always knew where the car was. And when I sold it, I was in the middle of doing a ground up frame off restoration with all NOS parts, everything factory. So, I mean, it was going back to, like what we call platinum status, like just like it rolled off the assembly line, all the colors right, and the shades of different blacks right, and everything right. And I had it in pieces, and the guy basically that I sold it to, he just kind of slapped it back together as it was, and he started driving it. And he drove it for like 10 years.
Wow.
Maybe even longer than that. And then he let it sit out in his stone driveway for decades. And it was, so I always told Lisa, if it ever comes up for sale, I'm getting it back, because that was my biggest regret, was ever selling that car.
Yeah. My biggest regret was it's a 71 SS Camaro with a big block, and I took the 396 out of it and put a 427 in it.
Right.
I sell it to this kid, and he wraps it around the telephone pole. And
yeah, I remember that. I remember that story.
Pissed.
But anyway, long story short, after 35 years, I bought it back, and I'm in the middle of a restoration. I've got pretty much the chassis all done, the engine's in it, the transmission's in it, the rear's done.
Nice.
So the rolling chassis done, and now I'm on the body work, and that's the biggest part, is the body work, because he just let it rot.
Yep.
And I was doing good. I can't work on it a lot in the wintertime, because November to March is like I have zero time, because that's my busy time at work.
Right.
But I was doing okay. I was getting the floors welded in and whatnot, and then we ended up buying this place, so that set everything back. So
yeah, but that's okay. It's yours. It's your baby.
But I'm getting to the point. I'm going to try to get to the point where I can actually get it over here. Once I get a floor in the barn, then I can pull it in there, and I can just, that way I can just get home from work. I can walk outside and make a couple welds and drink a beer and, scare my cats.
How the cats doing?
They're doing good. Luna, she just hides all the time. But Remy, he's my buddy. He just comes out, and, he's all happy to see me. But so far, the barn is mouse and rat free. So they're doing their job.
Well, for the listeners that have not listened to the Spotify stuff, Jim and I go way back. So we have some drunken adventures on the Spotify side of things. This is, I think, your third or fourth podcast with me, but
yeah,
we could talk about anything, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah,
Jim and
might just go like that.
We have infectious conversations, and we've got some funny stuff to share with you guys.
Yeah, and I bought stuff for Bow and Tell.
Yeah. Hey, I was talking to my wife earlier, and I was like, I want to try something new for the podcast. I want to get your take on it. I was thinking of doing a trivia game. Like, I interview somebody and say, hey, we're going to do something fun. Let's play some trivia. and
Okay.
and I got to figure out the points, how to do it, and
Right.
what you would win, which would not be anything other than maybe a bag of beaver balls. Um,
Red Bear's toenails.
yeah, stuff like that. But just to make it fun. Yeah, like I'll literally research and I'll ask 15 questions. And the point systems are such,
Right.
yes or no, and go from there.
I don't know.
I know.
I'm almost 60, dude. I don't do tests anymore. Well, medical tests, but not anything else.
I think I would do it with just collectors.
Yeah,
Talk
because
about
I mean
historic stuff.
it's honestly since the big fallout that you and I know about, and I won't bring it up, the big
Right.
fallout with a certain sect of traditional archery that happened.
That was like
I
20 years
kind of
ago.
yeah, I kind of took a turn then, and I really just went not like a big collection or like trying to collect
Right.
everything. I just started. I guess I started getting more picky. I started thinning the herd, and
Hmm.
it kind of took a little bit of wind out of the excitement of
I
things at the
thinned,
time.
right. And I thinned my herd recently only because I'm just getting older.
You've
And
thinned your herd like 17 times.
well, it's really thin now. The back bedrooms I used to have full, and I would say 50% of my collection is gone now.
Well, you had some really primo stuff in your early days under Uncle Horace's bed
Oh my God.
that
Yeah.
you financed your house with or something. Didn't you do that?
Yeah. I sold them and I actually, put 10 grand down on my house.
Yeah.
And then I bought a garage door with it. And,
Yeah.
these collections they're money. Okay. But you got to know how to sell them. Now, today, selling vintage collectible stuff is kind of like pulling teeth because eBay's killing you with fees. PayPal's killing you with fees.
Hmm.
Well, PayPal, no, because I don't pay fees. I'll tell you that right now. Um, then you have the auction sites online, which are cool, but I'm noticing people are getting cheap. They don't bid on stuff.
Yeah.
They want to get it for nothing, and that's not happening with me.
Well, so yeah, it's difficult to do these sales because on the online platform, and you and I talked about this on one of the Spotify podcasts, but we've talked off of podcasts about this many times. Is I really think the the um the blanket sales are coming back. I really do.
You mean
I,
out
I
like
think
at shoots? You mean?
yes, I think
Okay.
it's really getting better. And then stuff like new actual like designated swap meets, like what Kevin just did up in I'm sorry,
Oh,
I
the
don't know.
the T, Kevin Bishop, mean the T Cats that he did at
Yeah, the
the
T-Cats. I mean,
yeah,
that is a fantastic idea, man. We should have a T-Cats in every region every year. That would be awesome.
and that would be great. But
But
apparently, from what I'm hearing, scuttlebutt. Okay, and this is scuttlebutt, guys, Kevin included. It's just like I think there's still some. I don't know. There's the people that are selling bows, new bows, custom bows, having an issue with people with the vintage stuff. There has to be there's supposed to be segregation.
okay, and that's
And,
fine.
but
That's why at ETAR there's vendor day, and then there's at the end of the day
the
there's
blankets,
the
right?
blanket sale. So
Right. So
you know,
right.
9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, the stuff we're selling on the blankets, the vendors don't have.
I think what it is the newer bowyers, if you will, the guys selling new bows or trying to drum up new business. They're upset when they're seeing their bows that were made, let's say, a year or two ago, being sold on the TCAT side of things.
I got you. So yeah, it's like why? Well, yeah, okay. So just to use it as an example, I bought this Black Widow from Toby at the booth for 1,500, and a year later, it's on the blanket for 1,250.
Right.
Instead of somebody, and I'll just pick this year-old bow up, and
Yeah, I want to sell this
instead of
guy a
going to
50.
the booth and buying one. I get what you're saying,
Right.
but I don't know. I don't know.
There's ways around shit, and I hope they work it out. And it's just one of those things because I don't know enough about it to really, I guess, comment any further than other than what I've heard.
I
Um,
I'm assuming that T-Cats was part of an event that was going on.
Yeah.
So I think T-Cats was like the day before the event happened or something. Did that happen with the Whiskey City in
no,
conjunction with that, or was that?
no, not at all. Whiskey City's completely separate. Um, I can't remember the name of the show.
But it was in conjunction with a
It was
show, and
it
they
was
were
with
like
it was in
boaters.
conjunction with Kalamazoo, and Kalamazoo Bowworks was running it, heading it up,
Okay.
and then they partnered up with Kevin. And I don't know. I've had Kevin on 3 times already, and we talked about it at nauseum.
I
Uh,
don't think that I don't think the two could.
Coexist.
I know. I think they have to coexist. I don't think
I think so too.
I don't think on their own one would survive versus another. It might survive, but I think you're going to draw a different type of people
Well,
instead of the big drawing for
I
everybody.
think the biggest positive take from it all is Whiskey City recording, walking around, talking to the vendors, talking to the collectors,
Yeah.
and putting out that video.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But
Yeah. David does a great job because he does the general, thing one day, and then he'll do the vendors another day, and then he'll do the
yes,
blankets another day.
yes.
And part of and in there, he's got the eagle eye, and he does a great job, of
Oh, his videos are
basically
hilarious.
showing all of ETAR.
Oh, so
you know.
speaking of that, he had this cam there. I forgot what it was called.
Oh,
And-
man, he can.
Yeah, yeah. Did you get on that? I think I saw you walk past it.
No, I walked by. I didn't do anything crazy. Ronnie was on there.
I know, but
looking
you
around.
see his face?
Yeah, he's like, "What's going on?" But that's okay.
He's like, damn.
And Nancelia was on there a couple times. She was doing
Nancy
some
Leah,
funny
yeah,
stuff.
she's awesome. Yeah, she's fun.
Um,
I like her. She's awesome.
We've watched her twice at the Eagle Eye last year and this year. And
She's a pretty good
shot, man.
The strangest, in my opinion, and Nancy Leah, hit me in the back of the head next time you see me. The most unorthodox release I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, that thing, that woo. It's like, damn.
You know what though? In all fairness, I never even noticed. I watched her shoot a bunch there at the Eagle Eye. I never even noticed that until somebody got on a video and pointed it out.
Right.
I didn't even think twice about it.
And I asked her about that on the podcast I did with her, which is on Spotify. And she just said it's a thing. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was taught how to shoot by Len Cardinal, at the time I was right-handed. So I'd come in a full draw, sock in, and then when I released my hand, it was almost like a gay thing. My hand would be like, bleh. I'd be like, okay, need to put on my pink dress now. But
hey, easy.
That's fuchsia. So big difference. No, it's actually magenta. And what does the back say?
You really want to go there? This
Okay.
is the one that I got for Mike Shaw. So
we'll leave that one alone.
we'll leave that one alone. Yeah.
Yeah. So folks,
So the backstory behind this is Mike Shaw, very good friend of ours, passed away. And he was always just, I used to shoot pink fletchings on my arrows, because I miss a lot at targets, and it makes it easier for me to find them.
Sure.
And Mike was just, he was spooked by the color pink is all I got to say. So
he was phobic.
Yeah, he was. But anyway, so we ordered a bunch of Droptine Tradition shirts, and we got a bunch of different sayings on the back of them. And this one I got in honor of Mike, and I wore this shirt for him the first time he saw it. He just lost his mind.
Yeah.
And then he read the back, and he was just like, "You suck,"
Yeah, I've had different sayings. At the time, I had this lady doing them for me, and I don't know what happened to her, but it didn't work out after a while. And like my catchphrase, it gives me a boner. BOW/NER. Yeah, I've worn that out a couple of times, and I get comments. People are like, "What is it? What does that mean?" It's like, if you don't shoot archery, you don't get it.
Yeah. The saying on the back of this has to do with pink fletchings, and arrow shafts, and I'll just leave it at that. But I think I have one. It says the Stick and String Sanitarium, and then
there you go.
something else I got. I can't remember what it was.
Because I
And
know,
Lisa's got one about something about, I don't know, something for girls or something like that,
right, right. You know, like
But we
Whiskey
had fun
City,
with these shirts.
like David Snide, his catchphrase is the single string,
Right.
single string shooter. He's the only one ever knew that, used that phrase. And I love it. I think it's great. But anyway, uh, so
Where are we
uh,
going? Oh, you know what I need to do?
what?
Hey, Edward Bonilla, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, Eddie.
My
Yeah.
my only fan.
So I sent Eddie an instant message today. Hey man, I'm podcasting with Jim tonight, and he's like, "Oh man, oh great, I can't wait to listen to it." I said, "Well, you got to wait a week or so. I'll drop him in the mix." But
Right.
uh, I got Billy Burger going on tonight, dropping him. Then next week, Mike Fedora Senior, folks,
Sweet.
85 years old, still teaching people how to make bows and making bows.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. He's sharp as a tack.
That's what I was getting ready to say. He's probably sharp as a tack.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was a lot of fun, and he climbs trees still at
Nah,
85. Yep.
not me.
No, he climbed an actual tree that had limbs. Like a gorilla. I was like, holy shit, man.
Good for
Whatever.
him.
Yeah, good
Good
for
for
you.
him.
Just don't fall out. Wear some, safety gear. So, folks, Jim and I met 1997, 96 or 97, because I got married in 96. Bought my house there in Sykesville, Maryland, in 97. And you were bartending at a place called, no, it was called um, that guy.
Hyatt's
Yeah, Hyatt's.
Hyatt's Pub. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jim was my personal mixologist. And
Yep.
then Jim started hunting with me at my place. And you
Yep.
were shooting at the time your dad's Ben Pearson spoiler recurve.
That's it.
That's
Spectre.
it. Spectre. That's it. I knew there was an S in there.
Here. Do I need to turn that light on or can you get
No,
that?
you're
in there?
good. You're good. Yep. Model number 7352, Ben Pearson Spectre. What are the specs on it?
That should be
Yep. 52 inches, 45 pounds at 28. Yep.
this is the bow that started it all for me. This is probably my most prized bow.
What's wild is that wood is called, Ben Pearson sold it as Pearsonite,
Right.
which is,
Yeah, it's almost, it's got a little bit of like the future wood type of,
that's what it is. It's
basically
epoxy
impregnated maple.
maple, right?
Yeah.
It's indestructible.
And when I first met you, my dad had this bow covered in that flat green hunting camo paint.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, "Oh, I can fix that up for you." And you did. You stripped it all down, and that's actually the rest and the strike plate that you put on back in 97, 98.
So that strike plate, believe it or not, folks, is a pad. So it was a pad that was used. I worked in printing at the time. So we had these machines that would clean plates, printing plates, and had these big pads of this material. It was like mohair.
Yeah.
And so I'd steal strips from the printing company and make arrow rests out of it. So, and it's still there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so you got it all cleaned up, and we were all worried about the cracks in the clear coat, and you're like,
Yeah.
no problem. But it's
Yeah.
got some boogers on it, it's got
Yeah.
red tips, and yes, the string is pink and green. But the only reason that string is on here is because this is the first bowstring that my daughter Christine made successfully.
Okay.
So she made it for this bow, and it stays with this bow. And I can't even remember when the last time I shot this bow. It's not important. This bow is this will go on the top of my top shelf, as it were.
Yeah, I've got my dad's bow, and I still have my late father-in-law's bow.
Right.
So they're not going anywhere. They're just
Yep.
going to be handed off to a family member when I'm done.
Yep.
But so
yeah, now that I interrupted your train of thought with that bow.
no, I think the vodka interrupted the train of thought. But yeah, and then you and I, we just we just get together and just go hang out in the woods. And we just had so much fun carrying on.
Yeah,
Um,
we never seriously hunted. I don't think ever.
yeah, but we killed deer.
You did, yeah.
Tell
But
the folks about the deer I killed on the basketball court.
oh my gosh, yeah. We were shooting. You had a Bowtech tribute
Mhm.
compound, and I was shooting a Bowtech Guardian. We were both in ladder stands. It was in a town called Finks or Gamber actually, and we were hunting this property called, when we called it the basketball court. It was a guy named Dave.
Wealthy contractor.
Yep. And he just had deer all over his property. And Rich's stand was literally 15 feet from basketball court,
Yep.
from his outdoor basketball
So
court.
the basketball net is there, and then I'm on the other side of the basketball
Yeah,
court at the
facing
corner,
away.
facing away at the corner.
Yeah.
So
So
right
and
there,
you and I are only like 30 yards apart.
about that.
Yeah. So we can almost do sign language if we knew that, but we were just texting back and forth, and I'm like, I texted you, and I'm like, there's a doe on the basketball court right behind you. And I
Yeah.
watched him. He kind of turned around and looked, and it was a small doe just hanging out like right on the edge of the court, right on the court, walking back, eating acorns off the basketball court. And he leaned around and he drew back, and I hear that I see him shooting. I hear this whack, and all of a sudden he hit this deer in the neck and like pinned it to the ground right at the edge of the basketball. And all the deer was doing was go,
Oh yeah, that sucked. That was
I'm
the
texting,
worst.
shoot it again.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, man, this sucks because that noise factor. I've only heard it one other time, and it was
Right.
when my first deer that I took, and I shot it in the neck, and it did that.
Yeah.
Like for 10 seconds because I hit the jugular and it finally emptied out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, it was gone in less than a minute. And
So the guy's
it
office
made
was,
for an easy drag.
oh yeah. So the guy's office was the garage, which is adjacent to where I shot this doe. And Alice, remember Alice?
Yeah, yeah.
She was working in the office, and you and I snuck around the back window where her seat was, and we stick our heads up into the window, and she does.
She freaked out.
Yeah,
She called us a lot of names.
yeah, she did. God rest
Yeah.
her soul. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Is she still around, or did she
Oh no,
pass
she
away?
passed away about 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, she was in an assisted living, I think. I
Oh
believe.
yeah, down in
Yeah,
Sykesville.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she smoked a lot. So
Yeah. She
she
used
had,
to get she used to get a different apartment every year. I think I moved her or helped move her, I don't know, 5 times.
yeah, I've been on a few of those.
Yeah.
Um, so wow, we had
Where
so
are we
many.
going? Where you want to
Well,
go?
those ladder stands are still there, you know.
You know, this week I told you I was taking some stuff to the landfill, and I took a pile of brush, and I was driving by there, and I was like, I wonder if I could pull down there to Dave's and get those ladder stands.
I'd leave them
Yeah.
because they're probably rotten. But I know one of mine was rotten when I was in
Now I'll
it
tell you what, the one that I had set up,
down on the
that thing was
ridge.
yeah, I mean, I'm still using the one down at Jason's. It's solid as a rock.
Right, just change the strap.
Yeah, but I mean, I've thought about going by there and saying, hey, the one good one that guy took.
He's on Facebook. You just send him a message. I don't
No,
think there's
not
a.
Dave. I'm talking about the one
Oh,
that we had back up on the
oh
flat.
yeah, yeah, and that guy stole it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
whatever.
that's right. And he left me a note. You know,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be here. Well, you don't own this property. Well, then it turns out he did. So somebody was
Right.
lying. Somebody was lying.
And that all happened because we were trying to do the right thing because we thought we were hunting Dave's property. And then when we found out that it wasn't Dave's property, we like
Knocked on doors.
No, we had to like really hunt around to find out who owned this property. And when we did, we went knocking on his door, and I think I met his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, and I explained the situation, and I was like, look, we didn't realize we were on this property that was not his property, and we would like to either get permission from you or maybe meet up with your husband or your boyfriend or whatever he was, and maybe he could show us what the boundaries are and we could move our stand. So we were trying to be on the up and up with everything, trying to do everything the right way. And here comes evil in on, and he just goes and takes a stand and leaves you a note like a
Right.
big F you.
Yeah. And what's funny, he says, well, you can hunt it tonight, but after tonight, it's gone. I was like,
Right.
whatever. Why don't you just let me take it down?
Right. Yeah.
So, do you remember the time we were hunting and it was the rut and this 8 pointer came out following this doe? You were in your side of things, way across from me, and I was in my stand on the back edge. And
At
all of a
Dave's.
yeah, and all of a
Okay.
sudden, this freaking monster buck. He was so big, body wise, his antlers were dwarfed by the size of his body. And this 8 pointer was like a 125er. This 120 looked right at that buck and just boom, took
Yeah.
off.
He was gone. Yep. And
That buck,
one of us was going to get that 8 pointer too, because he was tracking right past you to me, or yeah, I think he had yeah, he was tracking past you. He was going to pass you and then work towards me.
well, I think
So and then
after that encounter, because the big buck didn't hang around, he just ran that boy off and pushed the doe off.
right,
It went on after her. I was hunting there. You were hunting there. That 8 pointer came in behind me from below
right,
and came up under my stand. I mean, under my stand. And I was shooting at the time. It wasn't, oh, what the hell was it? It was a Jack Howard, but it was made by Damon Howitt. So it
right.
looked like a Damon Howitt hunter with all Bubinga, 48 pounds. And I think it was right handed at the time because I've been
Yeah,
on,
you were shooting righty then. Yeah,
yeah, that's when I had shoulder problems. When I was shooting that compound, I had serious shoulder problems, issues. So this thing
yeah.
came
You
up
got to
and
get
actually
that cranked up.
stood right below me. That's not the most optimum shot on a deer. And I just drew back. Instead of picking a spot, I released and the arrow just shaved the hair off his side. And that was the last time I ever saw that deer. And I actually made that same stupid mistake when I was hunting at your boss's place, and I rattled in that monster 10 pointer.
Sorry.
That's all good. But
Yeah, you got all discombobulated when you were in John's stand back there at Jason's place, and that the big one came in, and you were like, "Oh,"
yeah, I lost my shit. That was crazy.
because he
It's
came in on you so fast, you didn't even have time to react.
right. I mean, two monster does came out, and I'm talking 300 yards away, and this dude's right on him. And
Yep,
I'm sitting there and I'm doing snort wheezes. This thing just immediately bristled up and you, I mean, he was on me.
he covered that field in like a couple
I
seconds.
couple seconds.
It was
Uh,
amazing.
yeah, that was one of the most amazing encounters I ever had in my life. And I'm on my 51st year of bow hunting, so that's a lot of years, man.
Well, I'm still hunting out of that ladder stand at Jason's. My stand. John's
Yeah,
stand is still there, but it's worse for the wear.
yeah, it's not good. I
The
wouldn't get in
big
it.
the big tower stand that Jason built 30 years ago is still standing, but we don't use it anymore.
Does it need maintenance? Obvious.
No, it's no. One of Jason's buddies put up one of those. Uh, I don't know, big boy, whatever, elevated. Man, it's
Yeah,
like the Taj Mahal
right. Hard
heaters,
plastic and all that.
and
Yeah,
it's like anchored to the ground by like a 1 inch cable that's driven like I don't know 10 feet in the ground. It's not going
yeah.
anywhere.
Those things
It's
aren't. They're not cheap.
no, I forget. It was a big boy or a big buddy or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it's. I mean, it sucks for bow hunting, but you can reach out and touch somebody with the gun there.
Sure.
So
So you gone hunting this year?
I am. Yeah, I'm hunting at Jason's.
That's
Um,
Western Maryland, right? Jason's or Western Maryland?
well, no, I mean I'm hunting at Jason's down here in Howard County.
Hmm.
But bow and shotgun, 357 type stuff, straight wall cartridge. Woohoo!
Yeah. Well, I bought that 44 Magnum.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think it's a
Um,
it's a Ruger.
and then I'll take a rifle out for opening day of gun season in Maryland, out to Western Maryland, out to Garrett County. We'll just Jason and I, and then another guy another gym. We'll go out there. It's just three of us now that hunt that place. Everybody's moved on, or Frank passed away a couple years ago. He got in a car accident. Um, but and then I'll hunt here at the house. You know,
Okay.
I'll hunt out of the barn window, and I've got bows strategically placed around the house. So
Yeah. Yeah. Did I tell you I bought a new Savage 30-06?
you did.
Yeah, man,
Yep.
dude, that's a tack driver. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Got
Accu
the
trigger.
Trigger, fluted barrel.
Yep.
And I put a Vortex scope on it. I bore sighted it in the garage. I took it to the range, 6 shots. I was dead on the money.
They're
Like,
great.
oh my God. I can't wait to take that. But it's weird hunting here in Florida. It's like I need to find a place that allows rifle hunting, but with a non-lottery system.
Right.
Florida's divided into several zones. So our bow season here started like 3 weeks ago when it was
Yeah.
125 degrees index, you know. I'm like, no, there's no way I'm sitting in that crap.
Yeah. I mean, you and I remember we wouldn't even hunt in Maryland in September, and sometimes even October. We wouldn't even go out. We would usually wait until the
First
first
frost.
week of November, and during
First
the
fro-
rut,
right.
we wouldn't set foot in the woods until the rut.
Well, remember my old boss, Ted? Had
Yeah,
that, his
back off
house.
Triadelphia,
Yeah, I forgot what area.
Reservoir or whatever.
What was that called? What was that area called?
Triadelphia Mill
All right, yeah. So
Reservoir.
beautiful home off of a
Hmm.
reservoir.
Brighton Dam.
Right. He had so many deer that were coming in there. He says, Rich, just hunt it. Knock yourself out. So he had this section off his backyard that was Russian olive, separated my area from his backyard. So I was kind of concealed. But there was a walk path to my right that came around from the reservoir where all these, yuppies would do all their walking and stuff. So I said, something, I'm going to get the bright idea to throw some no-till clover in this, I think it was like 250 yards swath. And the clover came up like like madness. And man, the deer were in there. It was great because I would get up and I'd be in there, open a day of bow season. It's 100 degrees and humid and mosquitoes. It was horrible. But I was filling the freezer.
Right.
But then I was also sitting there, and then all of a sudden, here at 9:30, like clockwork, here they come, the power walkers.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in my tree stand. They're walking right past me, like 10 years. I could have killed any one of them. And nothing. I didn't say anything. I just, every once in a while I'd whistle and they'd be looking around. What was that? Like, hey, motherfucker. So anyway.
Easy.
Yep. At any rate. And then when I was working for my company, I was in their office in Silver Spring, Maryland, and there was a section of woods that separated the office and the body shop. That was like maybe 300 yards. And I would go there before, office opened up, and I'd get up in a climber, and homeless people walking underneath me all morning long.
Right.
And then in between the homeless people were deer. So I'd shoot a deer, clean it, stick it in the trunk of my company car, and then drive home, drop it off, and then go do my estimates and stuff. So one of the guys there.
Yeah, your freezer was always full up here in Maryland. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I miss that, man. You know what I miss is the venison hot dogs. Those amazing.
Well, Pool used to do the best ones, and they
Yeah.
don't do that anymore. Now it's M&G, but M&G went through something, and now there's another place that does it. But it's
Okay.
yeah,
M&G. Are they still there at all?
M&G's still there, but I don't know. I mean, I don't take my deer to get processed. I do it all myself. So, but I don't do the hot dogs or the pepperoni rolls or whatever,
Right.
meat sticks, or I
got you.
I just grind it up and maybe some roasts, and then for me it's backstrap. That's why I kill deer is backstraps.
So Lisa and I were talking. She goes, "Look, you hunt in New York State now. What happens if you shoot a doe?" I said, "Well, I got to butcher it right away and throw it in the freezer, and then we'll take it back in a cooler. And then what I'll do is I'll buy a cheap Walmart suitcase, and you throw it all in there, with styrofoam or whatever in the suitcase and check it in as luggage. It's frozen solid, and
Oh
then
yeah.
the hold in the plane is, it's refrigerated,
Yeah, yeah.
so it'll
As long
stay.
as you can transport that. I mean, in country, I think if you're in the US, I'm pretty sure you can transport
Yeah,
meat,
I talked to
produce,
Ryan. I
meat,
talked to
whatever.
Ryan. I talked to Ryan Mazeska about it.
Right,
That's what he did with an elk, 700 pounds of meat in suitcases.
right.
So I
Just
just have
freeze it,
to,
and then by the
right,
time you get back, it's still a big block of ice.
right. And I have to
Yeah.
shoot. I have to kill early, so I can't be picky. Um, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. October 18th, I'll be there. Uh,
Okay.
so
Are you flying up here and then riding
yeah,
up with John?
yeah. He picks me up and we keep going.
That's fine.
And then when I come back, so there's a lot of stuff going through my head. It's like I'm doing so much lately. It's like I can't keep up with it. Like I wake
Hmm.
up panicking, like, oh my God, did I do this? Did I do that? Like,
Welcome to my world.
right, I gotta get my New York tags Friday. That's payday. Oh, so my clear coat provider for my crystal, he was always open on Saturday. So I just take a leisurely Saturday morning, get a nice cup of coffee and a Danish and drive there. It's a 45-minute drive, but it's a nice drive. And pick up my clear coat. They're no longer open on Saturday. So now I had to make up some kind of BS doctor's appointment excuse to go at lunchtime on Friday.
Mm,
So I'm like, damn. So now I'm working like extra hours just to pad my time, so to speak.
yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. If I run out of that clear coat, I'm out of business.
Right.
There's nothing out there that I want to use other than
What's the clear coat that you're using?
it's crystal with a K.
Crystal. Okay. Yeah.
It's a two-part conversion varnish where I can use lacquer thinner. Now
Right.
that's great, and there's other stuff out there which I don't name names, but the other stuff uses this product called MEK, and it's such a long chemical name, it's retarded. I can't even explain it, but it's a 50-50 mix, and I used to use the same stuff painting helicopters back in my youth, and dangerous stuff.
Right.
So you need to be protected. You got to wear your stuff.
Right.
And you remember my buddy from Saxon? He
Randy.
never wore a respirator.
Yep.
They caught up with him.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's part of what killed him.
Yep.
Carcinogens.
Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, when I'm out there now, I look like the Michelin Man. I got the suit on, the mask on. It's kind of funny to look at. We've had some optimum weather here. Oh my God, it's been in the low 80s and dry.
Really?
Yeah, I've been spraying some stuff now.
We had a little teaser of fall here, and then before today, we had probably 4 or 5 days of hey, summer's still hanging around.
Okay.
But we're getting into the what I call the degree days, which is one of my industry terms.
Mhm.
So we're getting into people are starting to, like I wake up here in the morning, like I put my AC on 72, leave it there, wake up in the morning, it's 68 because it's cold outside.
Mhm.
So we're getting ready to turn, and in the next week or two, we'll probably test the heat and give it a spin just to make sure everything's working. But
Yeah, we're right in the middle of hurricane season. Luckily, we've been getting these Saharan dusts
right,
being moved over from Africa, and it's dumbed down a lot of the activity in the Atlantic. Um, but every 2 weeks, I get out there and I fire up my generator because that thing is the best $500 I ever spent in my life. It's a $1,200
right.
generator. Got it for $500. It only had like 20 hours on it. So I
For
fire it
your
up.
for your storm backup.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, power. Whenever even if we get just a regular hard rainstorm here with a lot of wind, my power's going out for sure.
right.
So,
We've
work
been
what?
we've been lucky here.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm kind of ready for hurricanes at all levels. I mean, I do have to drain my pool 12 inches, because of the rain. I don't want any water coming up over the edges,
right.
coming into my living room.
Yeah.
But it's all pretty good. I mean, I'm happy. This has been a fantastic year for me here. I mean,
That's good to hear because
yeah, I
this
hated it
that
when I
that's
first.
the yeah, because I know you how much you love to hate Florida.
Well, this year's been super for 2025. I was privileged and honored to do the artwork for Compton's, privileged and honored to do the artwork for Mike Mitten's book.
Yeah.
And I did some other artwork for people. And it's just all this cool stuff I'm involved with. The bow making, it's a thing. The bow refinishing repair, it's a catch up process. Some people don't understand, but that's life, you know.
Yeah. Well, life gets in the way, so
And it is what it is. It's not like I need the money or the work. It's just
I got some bows. I got to put some finish on here and clean
well,
up.
we've collected for a couple of years, and I think I got you into the collecting, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't a very hard push. You didn't need to push me that hard.
Hey, remember the time I did the bows for Mrs. Howard, Jack Howard's
Yep, I
widow?
do.
You
Yep,
were there to help me unbox that stuff.
yep, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep, I
So
was like, "Oh my God, look at this tip! It's destroyed." And you're like, I got it." Next thing you know, it's a new tip.
there's not a lot I can't do. I mean, I did have to turn one guy down last week. People send me pictures of stuff. It's like, huh? The
Right,
whole bow is completely exploded. I said, nah, dude. I mean, I'm sorry. Go spend $175 and buy another $175 Kodiak Magnum,
right, yeah,
1973. You know,
yeah,
the bows are not worth that much. So firewood or whatever, make a door handle out of the riser. Giving people ideas what they can do with this stuff. But I
yeah.
don't
I've
want.
got that one Bear Grizzly that's no good, and I'm going to make it a door handle on my barn. So
Hmm?
cut the tips off, make keychains, cut the logos off the limbs, and make keychains. Like
Yeah,
Mike Shaw used to do. Mike Shaw made a keychain out of everything. It was
yeah,
cool. So
yeah. I've got a keychain made of us from a '53 Bear Kodiak. The static recurve. That's a cool
right.
looking. That's a great looking keychain. But
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, I keep it in my jewelry box. I don't want to bring it out in public and stuff, so it gets all banged up. I got stuff around here. I'm looking. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, I don't have as many bows as Jason had when he was on your podcast, but I got some around here to look at.
Well, let's look at one.
Where you want to start? I already showed you my dad's bow. That's the bow that started it all.
Whatever you want.
When my dad got that, he actually got me a little bear. Not this little bear, but it's a little bear. It's 20 pounds at 24 inches. I got this for Braden and Brenna, and
Oh, sure.
they've already outgrown it. So if anybody wants it's got two holes in it. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
see
By the
that.
way, if you want to sell some bows, you're more than happy.
It's
More
this
than
is
welcome
this
to use my platform.
this is a little bear for sale. So $75 plus shipping, and it's got Jerry Deweese string on it. So, um, but that's what I started off with. When my dad got his Ben Pearson, he got me a little bear, and that's what I started. That's how I started in archery.
You'll notice I put on my homosexual
Yeah,
glasses.
your readers, yeah.
Yeah, I can't see worth a squat through these bifocals I have.
So while I'm on sentimental and important bows, you might recognize this bow.
Yep. It's one of my first ones that I built.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's upside down. You gave that to
No,
me
no.
in 2021.
Right.
There's
And
your
our
there's your
mutual friend
medallion.
Jerry Long has my Osage window one.
Yeah.
And by the way, folks, that is an actual antler where the medallion is, and I hand painted that deer head.
It's not blurry, is it?
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
You got a new camera. You got a new phone with great camera. It's super sharp.
That's cool. But yeah, this as soon as I build my shoulders back up, I'll knock something down with that. You gave that to me when you moved to Florida.
Yep.
And then here's another important little bow.
Oh wow.
A little bear.
Golden fox. Okay.
Yep. You know whose bow this was?
No.
This is Joe Valunis's first real bow.
Wow.
Yellow Bow Joe.
Okay.
He gave that to me several years ago, and that hangs with all my important sentimental bows as well.
So, folks, Yellow Bow Joe is one of our best friends. He's from New Jersey, and that's his handle on all the, I guess, forum sites.
Yeah, Yellow Bow and and Bushwhacker Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
Bushwhacker Mike's on Facebook, but Joe stays under the radar.
He does. Yeah.
Rightly so. Rightly so.
Let's see. We talked about this one before we started here.
All right. So, folks, check this out. 1964 Kodiak.
Yep.
Jim got this. Did you get this off eBay?
No, I bought this for Mike Shaw at Baltimore.
That is weird.
I told Mike Shaw, I think at ETAR one year, or that, well, yeah, it was ETAR when it was at Denton Hill. I told him I'm looking for a 64 Kodiak. I'd like to find one 45, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And he comes walking into Baltimore, and he comes walking down to our camp. And
Camp Dingleberry.
Camp Dingleberry. And he says, I got something for you. And he pulls back his sock, and he pulls it back to here. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, wow, 64 Kodiak, man. That's exactly what I was looking for. And then he pulls it the rest of the way. And I'm like, what is that mess? Look at this.
But it works.
Yeah. So the guy, whoever owned it originally,
he had dirty fingers. Look at the stains in there.
No, he grooved it. He cut grooves in it.
I know, but I'm just saying the dark staining.
Yeah. And it just so happened when I put my hands on it, it fit me perfectly. And the guy wanted to try his checkering skills out. So he checkered the palm.
It's freaking nice.
And it fits my hand perfectly. It's 50 pounds. And yeah, you can see I hunt with it. I've got the limb stations or whatever they're called on it.
Yeah.
I hunt with this bow. So it's a cool, fun bow. I love it.
Have you killed anything with it?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But not for lack of trying, Mm-hmm. I have shot with it, but I missed. It would have been a nice buck with it, but I'll get one because
I miss a lot.
Mike Shaw, he also made me arrows to go with this.
Oh, okay.
And that's the only arrows I only use those arrows with this bow. So
across the room from me, did you see the stalled bows that are being made lately?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So I've got 3 of them. And I have a dozen Mike Shaw Microflight number 6s.
Okay.
With the fluorescent and barred feathers. They adorn my bows.
They're beautiful. He made great looking arrows.
He made fantastic arrows. And they're all in original bighorn quivers that a buddy of mine sent me pieces.
Right.
So I basically Frankenstein them together and refurbished them, painted all. And I'm looking at him now. I'm like, man, Mike made some incredible stuff.
Mike was a great guy. Him, and God bless Sue. She's awesome.
Yeah, I talked to Sue.
She comes around a lot. She's been coming to Baltimore. She didn't come to ETAR, but I tell you what, at Baltimore, man, she's a hoot.
Yeah, she's funny as hell. Yeah.
She is funny, but she's great. I miss Mike. He was a good guy. He would always say, "What do you want for that $100 bow?"
Or $20 bow.
What do you want for that $20 bow? Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. So,
all right, where you want to go now? I got some more.
Let's talk Black Widows.
Okay.
So Jim, from what I know, loves his Black Widows.
I do,
and I don't know why. So why don't you tell us why?
I don't know why. I just do.
Remember the tulip wood bow I bought?
Oh, the Vomit Special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Explain to people the Vomit Special.
They made a series of bows. It was a limited run of bows. They had this tulip wood, that you could order, and I guess I don't know. They were making PTFs out of them or KBs.
Mine used a PSX.
PSA X or PSRX or whatever it was. It was, and you got it. You got like, come on over. And I used to live a mile away from Rich. I literally could almost walk to his house. And so I went over, and he pulls out this brand new bow he got from Widow, and he pulls it out, and he's like, look at the tulip wood. Look at the grain on this thing. It's beautiful. And I was like looking at it, and I'm like, dude, did you like eat strawberries and throw up on this thing or what?
So that's what it looked like.
You said what? I said, it looks like vomit. And you looked at it, and you're like, oh crap, it does.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, because tulip wood has got this like raspberry coloring mixed with yellow and gold. So it looked like somebody vomiting and then blood coming up.
it was,
Yeah.
and I've seen other tulip wood bows that they made, but this particular one that you got
Yeah.
was just,
Yeah. It looked like
it was gross.
looked like a Chernobyl victim.
Right.
So
They
yeah.
used to make those MBs and TFBs and stuff like that, where they would just totally epoxy paint their bows black, like
Yeah.
back in I think the late 90s, early
Yeah. It was
2000s.
an MB. It was
MB, and
just
then they
black
had
textured finish.
right, but they had a TFB,
Right.
which I had a TFB for a while. I loved it. It was a great bow. Um, but that's what they should have done with that bow is they should have got that black epoxy paint out and just covered that thing.
I don't even think they offer it anymore.
I don't know, but like I said, they made other ones that were kind of nice, but the one you got was just a train wreck.
So I need to get the guys from Black Widow on because I want to talk about that bow and see if they yeah, and say, hey, look, guys, this is not an insult, but did you ever get any feedback regarding tulip wood looking like vomit?
Right.
And see how
Well,
they respond.
I am hunting with the Black Widow this year. It's my main bow. A PSA.
Okay. Well, that's a
Just
nice one.
autumn oak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Is it fast flight compatible?
oh yeah, yeah, it was. And these are footed shafts,
Yeah,
footed
man.
arrows.
Dude, yeah.
Oh
yeah, you and your quickie
with bare
quiver.
razor heads.
Yep.
This bow was originally an SA. And I don't know if you can see that or
Yeah,
not.
is that a PBS inlay?
It is a PBS inlay.
That's a
Yes.
regular member who owned it.
A regular member owned this. He had this bow. He sent it back to Toby, and sent him the inlay. And Toby refinished the riser and the original set of limbs. He put it in the machine, so now it's a PSA precision. Right. So I could put any PSA limb on here now. I have this is not the original set of limbs. This is a set of, I don't know if you can see it with the string on it.
It says 46 pounds. It's a new number. It's a new number.
Yeah. But the original set of limbs is heavier than this. And they're just, so this is a 58 inch, I think. The original set of limbs are a 62 inch, but they're like 50, 52, 53 pounds. They're a little stout. I can shoot it, but I got a little bit more control over this one. So, and this is one of my strings, fast flight.
Oh, speaking of that, are you still making strings for people?
I am occasionally. I just made, I think I made 2 for a guy on Maryland Whitetail. Shipped them off to him he's got a longbow.
That's MarylandWhitetail.com, folks. That's a site that Jim and I are basically, we're board members as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, we've been since 2006, probably.
Yeah, right.
It's a wealth of knowledge on that site. If you
about the state of Maryland. Yep.
Yeah, and if you hunt in Maryland, it's definitely a place you want to visit. So, I have some other widows, but I'm going to save them for a little bit while we cover a couple other things. I've recently got in, a couple years ago, Bill Folks was selling some ILF stuff. Tristan bought a Hoyt riser and a set of limbs from Bill at Baltimore. And then, of course, Carl, he got into ILF a lot.
Oh, he's big into the Yucca limbs.
And then I bought a Morrison riser, ILF riser, that I ended up selling at Baltimore. I did kill a deer with that, with a set of dryad limbs, longbow limbs. And then Lance came up to me at ETAR last year, and he had an ILF set up. You might recognize the riser.
Oh yeah, that's a bear.
It's a black bear compound riser, which is not uncommon to ILF. This one has plates. I don't know if you can see the aluminum.
Yeah, I can see the plates. I've seen them for sale. So
yeah,
I've been thinking about, because I've got compound crap laying around in piles.
If you look, you can see how the plates set the limb I don't know if I've got the right angle, but you can see how the limb is kind of out of the pocket. Let me see here.
Yeah, move to your left a hair.
Yeah.
All right, right
There you
there.
go. See,
Yep.
see how it's out. See if I level it off it. See how it's out of the pocket.
Yes.
The plates are. I mean, they're a quarter to 5/16 inch thick.
Mhm.
And it's cool. You can just put any kind of ILF limb on it. It's fun. You know, you can do whatever you want with the riser.
How do you tune it?
Man, you're getting technical, but I put a string on it and I set the brace height and I shoot it, you know, and it's
Okay.
just I set the knocking point and
I don't like
you
to
know,
think too much about my shit.
I
You
don't
know?
think about it either. It's like, you know, I'm sure you could do like that Morrison riser I had, you could tune it had Allen screws everywhere and stuff. And it's like, man, I'm not good enough to figure all that
I don't
out.
have time for that. I don't have
I
time for
just
that.
want to shoot a bow. So this is something I'm playing with, a black bear riser. That's the one I got from Lance last year with the plates. This year, I got this one.
Oh wow.
Um,
Is that another bear riser?
it's a black bear riser. Yeah. You can see the medallion there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's also a black bear compound riser. And I looked into this. I mean, somebody I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but basically somebody had this on the free pile near the bathrooms at ETAR this year.
Whoa.
So I grabbed it. And Lance sent me some bolts because it didn't have any bolts. So Lance sent me some bolts with it, or mailed some bolts to me. And then I found a guy on Facebook under the Wharf ILF bow group or whatever it is. I can't recall his name off the top of my head, but he goes by Bowhunter KY, like Bowhunter Kentucky,
All right.
not like KY Jelly. You knew I had to say that because I knew that's
I
where you
almost
were
said it.
going.
I'm glad you said it before I did.
But what he did is he takes and he actually machines the risers, and it's you're not going to make you. I don't think you're going to be able to see it.
No, but is there a plate in there? Or
No,
no?
there's no plate in here. It's actually he machined the ILF button groove into the riser itself.
Okay.
And if you look at this one, you can see
It's
how
flush.
how
It's
flush
flush. Yeah,
the
yeah.
flush the limb is. So it sets the limb back in, and I really like this better than the plates.
Okay.
And this is also a bow that I will hunt with. I got the limbs from John Carnahan at Baltimore this year. They're 40 pounds,
I was gonna say.
Black Maxes. They're great limbs. They shoot fantastic. And then I've got I hope the EPA or the Humane Society doesn't come after me, but years ago, do you remember a guy named Chuck from Alaska?
Yeah. Chuck
Okay.
Bassett. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I didn't want you to say his name because now I can't say where I got this from and what it is. So,
It's Eskimo pubic hair.
yeah, there you go. That's close. So anyway, but that's another bow that. So I wasn't kidding when I said I have strategically placed bows around the house because I have deer feet from my house every day. So it's cool.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, if I can get a shot, I can get a shot, you know, whatever. Stick that back in the hole there. And another one I'm hunting with this year is also a black bear, but it's a compound black bear.
Okay.
And this is my barn bow.
Oh, I got you. Yep.
So I'm still working on the pins. But I put a new string on it and I got this bow in Tennessee a few weeks ago when we went down to see Mike and Nancy for the weekend. We went to a flea market. I bought two black bears. This is one of them. So I have another black bear compound downstairs hanging up. I'll probably set that up and send it to Michael so he can have something to shoot in his backyard.
Sure.
But this one's, other than a knock point and some pins, this one's ready to roll. I've got some broadheads and arrows all ready to roll. Thunderheads, because I got thunderheads from you. I got thunderheads from Joe.
Yeah.
Got thunderheads everywhere.
That thunderhead, I'm telling you, man, that's a hell of a broadhead. Even though for traditional, I've shot hunt thunderheads for years. They killed a lot of
Right.
deer for me. I am shooting Zwickies as I always have been.
Right.
I'm hot and hairy on the 170 grain the Delta, and dude, it's devastating. Oh my god! I shot this year in Mexico. The animal was like this wide. And then when I double lunged it, broke both shoulders. That animal went, it looked like a freaking wallet when I was done with it. It just died. Just died. Looked like a wallet. Just ran out of somebody
And
let the air out of the tire.
serious ground shrinkage.
Oh my God. It was horrible. It's like, yeah, the trophy photos. I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting that in the article.
Right. I got more.
Yeah, let's see him, brother.
Um, since I did bring the compounds up,
Is that a warthog or a
no,
dart or dart? Oh, Browning Nomad.
the
Okay.
Browning Nomad. This was my first compound bow. I killed my first deer with this bow. I painted the stencils. Ben Pearson used to have stencils,
Oh.
and had feet and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I sprayed them, and I had those old elastic camo limb covers on it.
Yeah, yeah.
The riser used to be like a dimpled, like olive green.
Yeah.
They came out with that, but after a while, I sold this bow to a buddy of mine, and he took it apart and he sanded it down and painted it this color, but left the limbs the way they were. The accessories, the arrow or the sight plate, and this cable guard, the felt on the cable guard, the Game Getter 2
Yeah, I remember
stabilizer,
that. Yeah.
all were part of this bow that when I killed my first deer with it. And I stayed in touch with him. Actually saw him at Denton Hill a couple times and asked him if he still had it. He said, yeah. Or he said his dad had it. And one year I went to a yard sale and found a mint Browning Nomad, like with the original dimpled olive riser and everything, just perfect. And I called him up and I was like, I will give your dad this bow in mint condition if he gives me my bow back. So after, I don't know, 20, 25 years, I got my original bow back.
So on the limb there where the bolt goes in, isn't there a ring that's missing?
Um, yes, there is. There's a big
Yeah, it's a beveled ring.
a beveled washer that's supposed to go in there. Obviously, it's not there. Um, and it actually is supposed to have side covers, the little plastic side covers that
Right,
go
right,
right
right.
here. But
Now you can
I'm
find those beveled rings. They're out
yeah,
there.
I'm in the process of actually trying to get um a couple of the Brownings from my youth. If I can find a Nomad, I'll switch the riser out. Actually, I might not because that was my riser. So, but I'll put the plastic plates on it. But like the there's a Hunt Master, there's a Drake Flight Master, all of the wood riser, wood limb Browning compounds back in the day, like the late '80s, early '90s. The Accelerator.
Yep.
Um,
I had an Explorer, four-wheel Explorer.
yeah, the Explorer, and then they had a four-wheel Explorer and a two-wheel Explorer with the metal rods that came out of the back of the riser.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm kind of on a kick to try to find some of those bows and just kind
Hmm.
of get them and play with them and whatnot.
Yeah, they're out there.
Just to collect them. And like I said, I had the Browning Nomad because that was the cheapest bow at Bowhunter's Discount Warehouse in Wellsville, Pennsylvania, where Lance used to work. That was the cheapest bow, the Browning bow that I could
You know what's
get.
crazy is I used to go there all the time, and
Oh yeah.
I probably walked and talked past him. Yeah, I talked to him 100 times, and
Uh-huh. You would have remembered him
yeah, I
because
would have.
because of his eyes.
No,
Sorry, Lance, love you, brother.
sorry, sorry.
You're
Uh,
recognizable.
yeah, who's the
But
guy who was in Young Frankenstein? Marty Feldman.
but yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking. That I really would like to find a Drake Flightmaster with that blonde maple riser
Mhm.
those limbs were very sexy. They had very sexy S curves on them.
Oh yeah.
You know, but yeah, that was the compound that started it all for me after the Little Bear and my dad's Spectre. I picked up this bow. Oops, can't pick it up that way.
Before I forget, my wife says hello.
Oh, hey, Lisa. Lisa does too. She's
She's in
hiding.
the
She
my
yeah.
wife's she's in the
Lisa's hiding
background.
too.
She's watching a streaming show. Oh wow, look at that.
I picked up this bow, and if you look at it,
Yeah,
it's an abomination.
it's a hinge.
Okay,
Yeah.
right?
But
And it does come apart.
yeah,
I'm not
who
going to be able to
made
put it back together without my glasses.
who made it?
Well, that was the question. When I anyway, I can't do it without my glasses on. We I I, I picked it up at the blankets at ETAR this year, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I really, the guy had a bunch of long bows and on a blanket, and I said, I really would like to find, one of Steve's bows, Northern Mist.
Mhm.
And the guy said, well, that one with the hinge, I'm pretty sure it's a Northern Mist. And I was like, what makes you think that? Because you can't maybe see it, but it's been sanded down.
Yeah, because his handwriting is always very
It's
tiny,
very tiny,
teeny.
and it's
Right.
usually like,
Mid limb.
right
Yeah.
here. And but this bow has been sanded down, and the limbs have actually been trapped. There's no way I can show it on the camera.
Right.
The limbs have actually been weight reduced and trapped, but the tiller is good on it. It's probably right around 43 pounds.
Perfect.
I think it's a 69-inch bow. Um, I took it to Dave Henn, and he looked at a lot of the features, and he would bet. I mean, that the tips are very characteristic of
Oh yeah.
Steve.
Oh yeah.
Those are Steve's limb tips. They just are. And some of the way the laminations are done and the fade and whatnot, Dave's like that is and from what I understand, it's also Steve's hinge. Although Steve did not do this work, he would not because when he would hinge a bow, this raised part here where the hinges would be flush in the laminations.
Sure.
Um,
So this was done
so
afterwards.
right, so somebody bought a Northern Mist Classic and butchered it up, but they got the hinge to be. I mean, I've shot this bow; it shoots wonderfully, and I'm gonna just refinish it. And my neighbor does leather work, so we're gonna do a leather wrap on it, and then cut it and do whatever thing, and so it'll be, you know, when I refinish this in I don't know, a year or two,
Mhm.
then that'll be my Northern Mist, because the only other Northern Mist I had was that one I got from you.
Yeah, the reverse handle.
Yeah, the Whisper,
Whisper.
and it was just too much for me. I traded that to Paul from England at Baltimore.
Mhm.
He traded me a border for it. I was happy, he was happy, and he still shoots that bow today. He still has
Good.
it.
Good.
So that was fun. I got a heck of a deal on that bow, by the way. I was very happy.
So let's switch gears and talk about what happened first, the BBTC, the
Okay.
Baltimore Bowman Traditional Classic. So you and I have been attending that classic, God, 20 years or
A
more?
long time. You remember dates and how many times?
Yeah.
I I
I mean,
I, I don't.
I've been doing a t-shirt art for 35 years.
Right.
Um,
So I've probably been going there. Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, probably somewhere in the 2000s or early 2000s. Yeah.
So there was a time where Jim and I would get there early, like on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night. And it's dark out. We don't have any lanterns going. We're just hanging around drinking and just watching people set up their shit. So we saw something very strange on
Oh my God. No,
the
you're
guys
not
setting
doing
up.
this. You're not
I
you're not going there.
I am.
Oh my God.
So it was an Austin Powers moment.
Yes.
So, and I'll tell the story.
All
So
right.
guys are setting up these canvas tents off to our right, and Jim and I are just sitting there. And I think I smoked back then. So I'm just smoking, drinking my drink. Jim's drinking his drink. And I'm like, dude, look, what the hell's going on over there? They had lanterns on so you could see silhouettes. And this guy's
Inside the tent.
inside the tent. So this one guy's on his knees trying to pound something into the ground or do something. The other guy's sitting, and it almost looked like,
But he was holding a beer bottle. He was like at the other end of the table
right,
holding a beer bottle at his waist.
It looked like a wiener and some guy giving him, service. And I said, dude, how many drinks do we have? And I was like, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. You see what I'm seeing?
It was
Yeah.
definitely.
And I took pictures with my phone, but that was
we had flip phones back then. They
were garbage. I couldn't get any of it. But man, that was crazy. That was Jerry's camp.
Yeah. But we told Jerry about that, and he laughed like
He still laughs.
Man.
Yeah.
He still laughs about that. Yep. Yep.
Man, there's so many. And oh yeah. You mentioned Bill Folks earlier. He's still trying to sell that Kilgore bow. And
So,
I've got a Target Kilgore in the other room.
I know. And then you remember a couple years ago, I sent you a picture of that Kilgore that I had found here in Ellicott City.
Mhm.
And the guy remembers he knew Kilgore, and his dad built it for him, but he wanted a ridiculous amount for that bow. And you're like, no, that ain't happening. But yeah, the Kilgore, I had never seen one. That was way back. I mean, that was a long time ago. And Bill's all excited. He comes up. He's like, man, check this out, Jim. He comes up and he's like, look at this, man. And I'm like, what is that? I've never seen one before. He said, that's a Kilgore. He said, that's a local bowyer in Howard County that made these bows. He's like, this bow's awesome, man. It shoots great. It was like a 52-inch or something.
Yeah.
He's like, here, try. I said,
It was like a 2x4 though.
I said, can I see it? And he said, sure. And I put my hand on the grip, and I was like, oh my God, it feels like a brick. And he just was like, it was like that.
Yeah.
It was like Pac-Man when the Pac-Man dies. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
You looked at me and you were like, dude, why did you do that to Bill? And I was like, well,
that
I
bow
tell
started
people
out
the truth.
That bow started out at 375. I think he's got it at 150 now.
Wow.
And I might just buy it just to have it next to the Target bow.
What did that guy want for that one that I sent you pictures of a couple years ago? Was he want? Did he want like a couple hundred for it, 250 or something? He wanted for that.
He wanted like 275, 300 for it.
Yeah, and you told me it was $125 bow.
Yeah, all day long.
I didn't even make him an offer on it. But that's the guy I got that little bear from.
Okay.
So
did he own a pawn shop or something?
No, his dad shot archery, and the little bear was probably his at one time.
Okay.
When he was a little kid or something. But no.
So, in all the years that you've been going to the Baltimore Bowman Traditional Classic, and I mean, last year I thought was a good year, but I think they need better vendors. That was my only complaint, or my takeaway from it.
You got to remember too, there were vendors that didn't show up because of the weather forecast.
Sure.
There were
exactly
tents.
Right. Sure.
Because the weather forecast that whole week prior and the week of was just
and that
nasty.
time of year, which is the weekend after Mother's Day, weather in Baltimore is crazy. It can
It turned out though, it always is. We always have rain at some point. Sometimes we'll get a downpour,
but then
it's over. And then the weekend's usually great. I mean, it's the weather at Baltimore. The forecast always scares people away.
Right.
And they just don't even know what they're missing by not coming, because the weather always is better than its forecast.
I had a blast. I know that probably some of the best times I've had in many years.
Well, say hi. She's shaking her head. Just say hi.
Just yell it. Hi, Lisa.
Hi there, Lopey.
Hey, dude.
How are ya?
Good.
Miss ya.
Miss you too.
See ya.
See ya. Have fun at work.
No, she's off today and tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Oh, she goes back Wednesday and Thursday, and she's off this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the shoot I think is done well. The artwork I did this year sold well. I don't know what I'm going to do for next year. I mean, actually, the artwork inspiration came from Jamie, who's the art director, and I'm glad he reached out to me. Say, hey, can you do this? And I said, sure. What the hell?
We talked about some other artworks, some other ideas.
I'm getting sick of drawing, people like Ben Pearson and Fred Bear. Fred Bear ad nauseum. I mean, it's just like nonstop shit. So I want to do something original.
Well, a lot of times you have, I mean,
well, it is. It's everyone.
Artwork,
everyone is original. It's just a rendition of something else.
Right.
So,
well, we'll come up with something.
I think this year I'm going to do a rabbi, a Yiddish guy with a long freaking dreidels shooting a bow into the Torah. No, I'm just kidding.
The dreidels are the arrows.
Yeah.
Jeez. Your mind sometimes.
Well, that's the whole purpose of this podcast. You know what I'm saying? With you.
It's if people only knew some of the places your mind goes, dude. It was, oh my God.
So you went to Etar this year and you were there for like 7 days?
No, we were there for.
God, you got there
I
on
guess
Monday.
It was 7 or 8 days. No, we got there on
Sunday night
and left the following Sunday. So what is that? 8, 9 days?
That's 8. Yeah, I cannot do that. There's no freaking way. I love you guys, but I can't stand you after about 4.
Well, it's, I had suggested to Lisa, I was like, maybe we don't have to go. And she's like, we're going. So she loves going there.
And I heard the facility, I heard the venue is fantastic.
All right. So if we're going to talk about Etar, everybody's going to say, oh, it's not Denton Hill. Yeah. Thank God it's not Denton Hill.
Right.
Denton Hill was great for what it was. It's got great sentimental to it, and there's tons of stories and whatnot. But overall, in general, pinpointing different topics and specific, aspects of it, Etar at Sawmill is better in every way. And I mean every single way.
That's what I've heard.
Everything's better.
Yeah.
The vendor areas are better. The camping is better. The facilities, as far as bathrooms and showers, a million times better. The ranges, I mean, people probably don't know this, but I don't even go to these events to shoot. I think I shot one course last year at Etar.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't shot a course at Baltimore in 10 years, probably.
I walk around and talk to people.
Yeah, we talk to people. We buy, sell, trade, and we just reminisce and hang out with people, like Mike and Joe and Ronnie and, everybody, Lance and the boys. And I mean, golly day, the boys, you wouldn't believe them. Lance's boys are, Grant's too important for us now. So he doesn't come see us anymore.
Well, he's a semi-pro hockey player. So
yeah, well, but yeah, I mean, Etar is better. The blankets are phenomenal now. The blankets are fantastic, and Kevin will tell you that. And David was walking around, but me and Kevin walked around.
Kevin Bishop.
Yeah, Kevin Bishop. Yeah, from traditionaljunk.com. We walked around and it was just cool, man. It's just great.
Isn't he not cool or what? Dude,
He's great.
I've been corresponding with Kevin for nearly 35 years, and I finally met him physically in 2024. It was almost like the brother from another mother.
I met him at Etar this year, and it was like he's instantly, my thoughts are, he's one of us.
Yeah, same thing with David Snyder.
Yeah.
I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the podcast I did with David, 2.5 hours and 2,000 views. That's insane.
Well, he's got the power.
Hey, now. He got the power. Yo.
But yeah, I mean, Kevin and I, in my opinion, were instant friends. We kind of we thought the same way about things, and we kind of had the same
Yeah.
concepts about things, and he was an instant friend to me, and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
and you know me, I don't like many people.
No, we always
I am
talk about
not.
that. Yep.
I've been in sales all my life,
How many
which
emails
has
have I, how many texts did I get from you? Said people suck.
uh,
You know?
well, I guess dealing with some people, or maybe the certain region that I live in, having to deal with some of these people here.
Yeah.
You know, it just, I don't hate people, but I don't like them either. So
I mean, yeah,
I like,
I
I
pick and
like
choose
to
my
be,
battles, dude.
I like to be my own, you know, I like to be in my own little group of people, and, you know, my outgoing days of going and meeting people and trying new things is pretty much, I just don't have the energy for that anymore. But running into David and Kevin at ETAR this year that was fun, man.
Yeah.
Those, I'm like, you know
I
what?
wanted to make that happen. I just told him, I said, look for my buddy. He will find you or you will find him.
Well,
Please.
it turned out that we unintentionally met Kevin.
Okay.
So we were walking around. It was before the show actually started. It was on a Tuesday or Wednesday. We were walking around, and we walked by down this one area, and there's this little minivan with the hatch open in the back,
Mhm.
and it's just got bows poking out of it like a porcupine. And I'm like, what is even that? You know, is this stuff? You know,
Remember,
because people had
remember,
stuff tables set
remember
up. You know?
Steve Smith?
Oh yeah, but this was people set up tables. You know, before everything starts, and you walk around and you go, let's go see what's out. Let's make a loop.
Right.
And we saw this van, and we were like, what is going on here? This is insane.
I
Stuff
love it.
everywhere. Stuff.
Was it a,
I'm
was
like,
it a
well, there's
white van?
nobody was in. Nobody was near it. It was a
Mm,
minivan,
yeah.
and it was wide open. And there's a Type 2 C riser, or the Type 2 B riser, just laying there. You know,
That's about right.
and I was Joe was like, pick it up, and look at it. I'm like, I don't know, I'm afraid to, so I didn't touch it. And we walked around, and we came back walking by the next day, and same thing. It was wide open again, but this time there was more bows in it, and they were just everywhere. And the B riser was still sitting there, and I'm like, man, I really would like to look at that, but I'm not going to reach in this guy's van. Nobody's around. That's just not right. And guy noise from behind me says, "Go ahead, pick it up." It's like, what?
That's Kevin.
And here comes Kevin walking up. I didn't know who he was. So I pick it up, I look at it, and I'm checking it out, and we're talking about it, and and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And we're just gonna walk around, and I just wanted to see it, and cool. And then we started talking. He's like, here's my card. And I looked at his card, and it said traditionaljunk.com. I said, you're Kevin. He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm Raineman. I'm Rich Lopez's friend. He said, oh man, I don't know about that. He said, you're admitting that? And I was like, yeah, I'll admit I'm his friend.
Well,
And
ironically,
instantly,
Al Harford Jr. just tried to call me, so I sent him a message. I'm on a
oh,
podcast. Yeah, so
oh man, I haven't seen him in years, man. It'd be good to see him again.
yeah, his wife was sick for a while.
I hope she's okay.
We're gonna find out when I call him after the podcast.
Okay. Al, I miss you, buddy.
Yeah, I will tell him that. So
Yeah.
you and Kevin got along. That's great.
Yeah, he's a
I'm
great
glad
dude.
for
And,
that.
and we send messages back and forth now and stuff like that. And it's cool.
So I'll see Kevin in March when I go to the PBS banquet
Right.
in Indianapolis. Dude, round trip ticket for that for both Lissa and I, $100.
You and your flights, man. I don't know how you do it.
Well, I really research shit. Like my flight coming up October 8th, 19th up north, $87.
That's
That's
crazy.
that's Frontier. I could not drive to Maryland for that money. I would probably spend
No.
200 bucks in gas.
Yeah, you would. One
So
way,
that's
probably.
so what I do, folks, is Jim has my hunting bow, has a
Yep.
hunting bow of mine.
John has one,
John has a bow and
And John-
hunting clothes,
and John has a rifle.
rifle, shotgun, and a muzzleloader.
Right.
So I left stuff in Maryland. So when I leave and I go visit my buddies, they got rooms for me where I can hang out and chill.
Yep. You stay here at the house, guest room, and
Yeah, we'll
I got
watch.
got a vehicle for you to drive while you're
Dude,
here.
that was so awesome. I got to see so many people. Thank you so much. So that Airbnb that I got up there,
Yeah.
oh my God, king size bed, all the amenities, $75 a night. And it was right like half a mile from the bar that I hang out at.
Uh,
From
from
TJ's?
from
TJ's.
TJ's.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So if I do get to do the BBTC this year, that's my goal, to rent a car and stay at that Airbnb and
Right.
just travel back and forth. I won't be hanging out at night getting stupid. I don't even do that now anyway.
Well, if you can
You
not
guys are
have to
going
rent
on-
a car, you can use my truck.
All right. Well, you guys are going on a cruise, right?
Yeah, we're gonna miss the BBTC for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm. That's
Um,
fine, dude. That's what I'm going on I got a lot of shit going on. And it's like, happy wife, happy life. She's been through a lot. So I want to make
Yeah.
sure the next years moving forward, she gets kick-ass vacations.
Yeah.
So I don't mind losing out on some other stuff.
You're going to be so stupid busy when you retire. You're going to wish you were working again.
Well, they keep giving me, dude. I was talking to somebody today, and they're like, "We thought you retired." I'm like, dude, I maxed out on my salary, but they keep giving me raises,
Right.
bonuses, and I'm like, they're crazy. What do you do with that? I don't like walking away from money.
No.
Money's on the table. I'm going to take it. So we'll see. So the goal is 2026, August 22nd, my late father's birthday, to retire. So we shall see.
Right. Well, you definitely, at some point in the future, even if you have to miss a BBTC, you need to go to Etart Sawmill once. It's awesome. It really is.
Well, it'll happen. It definitely will happen. It's just not going to happen next year.
Right.
So that being said,
and when
dude,
you retire and I don't have to work in the winter, then we can both fly to Kazoo one time.
well, I really want to stay with you and hunt at Jason's.
Well, that we can make that happen.
Yeah, I miss that place. I really fell in love with that farm. Because I kind of started getting to know it.
Yeah.
Because I'd been there for a couple of years with you.
Yeah.
And with Jason's blessings, which thank you, Jason. It's just an awesome place, and there are some exceptional deer.
Yeah.
In that county, it's insane. I mean, big body, big monster bucks. They're there.
They are.
Even the does are big. I mean, I'm talking like, I like fat women. So. So
yeah, there's 200-pound does there. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, easy. I mean, those two does that came out, and then that buck came out that I called in with the snort weeds, they had to be 200-pounders easy, because they look like horses. At 300 yards, they look like horses. I'm like,
they're huge.
Look at the ass on that chick. I'm like, man, I'm like, hey, now, and that's in my element now. So, yeah, he came in, and he was pissed. He was like, I mean, snot was coming out of his nose, and I just
you were horning in on his chicks, man.
Yeah, and I just shot at the whole body without picking a spot. And I just blew it, a blue tar.
You had a crossbow then, didn't you?
Yeah,
did you have your crossbow?
Yeah, because again, the shoulder.
Yep.
Which I didn't shoot a bow for 2 years, and the shoulder healed.
Right.
So now I'm back to traditional. So guys, don't hate me, but whatever. I don't care. I don't care what you hunt with.
As long as it's what? I've never been a fantastic shot with a traditional bow ever since you said, dude, why are you snap shooting? Remember that when I was at the apartments and I was shooting that York crest that I had picked up?
Yeah, but that was.
And I used to just go like this, and I used to come back, and just as soon as I hit, I released. And you were like, why are you doing that? And I had never thought about it.
And here's a guy that suffers from massive target panic, asking him, dude, why are you snap shooting?
Right.
because I recognize
And I looked and
proper
I
technique.
said, what are you talking about snap shooting? This is how I shoot. And as you can see, I hit stuff. Well, ever since then, I started thinking about it and holding anchor and doing it.
You
And
come
it's
back
like,
now and really
and
hold.
now I'm like, what am I doing? And I tried to go back to snap shooting and this, and that, and the other. But you know as well as I do, on an animal, I'm pretty good.
Right. But your mind takes over sometimes. With me, it does.
Yeah.
I tend to overthink shit. Like I remember the day you killed, and I was there when you killed your first traditional deer.
Yep.
You were shooting
1968 factory camo cub.
right. You shot the deer in the ass, but you severed the femoral artery.
No, that was that buck. That was the first buck that I shot with that TFB, that Black Widow. The first traditional deer I shot was that doe at Dave's
Right. That's
with
what I'm
that
talking about.
68. No, I shot her through the heart, dude.
You did?
I did. Yep, that was a heart shot.
Well, maybe my senility is coming through.
Well, that happens. But
You know.
yeah, but the one I hit in the femoral artery was that buck at Jason's.
Okay.
Yeah, that was that basket 8-point that I shot.
Remember the the TP ground blind that you were in that I went to, and it was like 54 inches like the ceiling, and you're shooting a 60-inch bow.
No, I was shooting the Spectre, my dad's Spectre.
And he still hit the roof.
Yeah, it was the TP thing. It was like twang. So
I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the hell is that noise? It's like bam. He's taking 3 shots at these freaking deer, and his limb tip kept hitting the roof. I'm like, that's what that was.
It was hilarious.
So
then,
another favorite memory is
yes,
Royal Farms fried chicken.
Yeah.
When Jim and I hunted, we'd go to this place, which I don't know, you guys, if you live in the Midwest, you probably got a Piggly Wiggly or some bullshit gas station that's got great fried chicken. Well, Royal Farms in Maryland is the place for fried chicken.
Yep.
Dude, it was the best. We get 2, I think you got wings and drummies.
No, I used to get two breast meal with
2
fries.
breasts. Yeah, okay. I would get 2 breasts with the nipple and put hot sauce on it. Oh, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
So the morning, and I know you've told the story before about the morning that we were setting the first time you've ever used this double bull ground blind.
Oh my God.
So
I spent $300 on that son of a bitch.
He broke this thing, broke it, and it was no good. So we ended up leaving it laying on the ground, and we each just looked and we just picked a tree and we went and just sat on the ground.
We were covered up in deer.
And then I had that one little 4-point come into me, and I drew back and I shot and I released, and that was with the Ben Pierce Spectre also, and I hit him in the antler. Doink.
Boink. Yeah.
When I did that, he stood there and shook his head, and I heard you laughing. I could hear you laughing from where you were.
Now, I'm not known for having a bad temper. So that double bull blind, when you come into the woods at 5 a.m. with a hangover, and after partying until 2 a.m,
you
scared
me. I have never seen you that angry before. You turned into like the Hulk.
Yeah,
and
I broke solid fiberglass rods. I broke them in half.
Yeah,
I was like, bleh.
And then and you didn't mean to break the first one, but after you broke that one, you said
I kept going,
and you just kept breaking them.
I kept going
on purpose.
Yeah, and I sent it back to Double Bull for a refund.
And they sent you a new one.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Which then I learned to
read. And then you sold it because you didn't want to use it.
No, but I did learn to read the instructions. So then after that, I bought a Primos. And remember the Primos? I loved that thing.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. 107 inches at the top of the.
Yeah, you could shoot a recurve out of it.
Yeah, yep. I shot that thing until we had a bad snowstorm, and it absolutely collapsed and broke a couple of rods. But I was able to go to Home Depot, find fiberglass rods, and remake them.
That was we had that down at Jason's.
That was like that 50-inch.
Yeah, we had, and that's when the snow came and snapped it all to pieces.
Yeah, tore it up.
That's hilarious, man.
What else we got to talk about? Because I'm ready.
Hey, who was the lady? It was a couple years ago. You told me to go look at a bow, and it was her.
It was a girl I work with, Gail.
Gail. Okay. So I hope she watches this. I hope you send her a link to this because I told her that I was going to fix the bow up. Okay. And here it is.
Oh,
It's
nice.
it's not fixed. I haven't even done anything to it yet. Okay. It's long. It's a
Oh
wing.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She sent me those pictures. Wing. Oh, white wing.
It's
Yeah.
a white wing. It's
It's a
got
seven.
beautiful wing tips on it,
It's a 70s,
but
early 70s.
it's really nice. And
So
I haven't cleaned it up yet, but Gail, I haven't forgot about you. I still have it, but
she will be tickled because
I kind of bought a farm and
yeah,
been busy.
when I publish this episode, which will be about a week or so, or I
Right.
might do it in the middle as a Rich and Jim Wright again episode, one of those things. Because I'm doing these fillers, and I've been banking episodes because hunting season's coming, and I'm not going to be around to drop episodes, guys. So I have a lot of short content that I can do to keep you entertained. Comedy is always paramount. But Gail, we love you. I love
I
you.
still have it. I haven't forgot about you, but I haven't done anything.
It's funny. A story about Gail.
I've been busy.
I worked with her, with the company I work with, and she was in a department that investigated fraud. So she was tough.
Yeah.
And I was always intimidated. But when I got to know her, she was like the coolest chick in the world. So yeah.
Well, I don't know how much time we got, but I got 5 more I want to show you.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, I got about 20 minutes left.
All right.
We're already about an hour and a half, so an hour and 45. Oh yeah, St. Joe.
Yep. This is one that
So Austin and Courtney now own the company.
right. Tracy made this one. I don't know if you could see that or not.
I can see Lisa's name.
Yep. And the water thing.
Yep.
This was the bow that Lisa shot at Denton Hill one year. And we met Tracy, and Lisa liked that bow, but Tracy's like, I want to do a couple things to it. And she helped Lisa, she's like, because men and women are built different. They need to shoot different. So Lisa or Tracy taught her a lot. And Tracy and Dave, I fell in love with them that day. They're great, great people. And so after ETAR, I called Tracy and I said, the green bow that you're going to redo, I was like, I want you to do this and I want you to personalize it to Lisa. And she ended up doing that, sent it to my work. And that was in July, the end of July. She sent it, I got it in late November, around Thanksgiving. She sent it to my job site or to my office. And I wrapped it up and I gave it to Lisa for Christmas one year. So, and then I have another.
Yes, I knew you had a purple one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
With the zebra window.
That's the first one.
No. This one, okay. And this one has, if you look at, it says, Tracy made this one also.
For the love of my life.
Right. And it's a farrier.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Zebrawood, Purple Heart, and Rosewood.
Yeah, Zebrawood and Purple Heart. This bow was made for Brian's wife. Brian, Tommy Lee?
Yeah.
Brian, the crazy man that hangs out with us. Yeah. This bow was made for his wife. And of course, when they went through a divorce, he had this out on the blanket of Baltimore. He was selling it. And as soon as he put it out there, I picked it up. You're looking at the weight.
Yeah. 35 pounds of 28, 58. Perfect.
Yeah. So, my daughter-in-law came over, with Tristan, and, Lisa had her St. Joe. And so Jordan, my daughter-in-law, made a deal with Brian and bought this bow from him.
Okay.
I took a picture of it next to the green one that was Lisa's, and I sent a picture of it to Tracy. Tracy said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you own that bow." And I emailed her back why. She said, that bow was made from the Purple Heart that you gave me and Dave. Remember I gave him that big giant stack of wood?
Yes.
Dave's hunting bow made out of mahogany from the wood that I gave him. And then so this Purple Heart came back where it belongs. This was my dad's Purple Heart that he gave me when he moved to North Carolina,
Sure.
and it sat in your furnace room for 5, 8, 10 years.
Probably.
And I finally said there was Purple Heart, there was
There's a bunch of stuff.
mahogany,
Yep.
there was Bloodwood.
Yeah.
There were several other ones. There was walnut there, and I think Dave made a walnut bow maybe out of it too. But yeah, so that Purple Heart came home to where it belongs. So that's in my family. So those are my two St. Joe's, and I met the new owners of St. Joe's,
Oh, fabulous people.
Courtney and
Austin.
Austin. Yeah, they were a lot of fun to hang out with. And Austin's making some fantastic looking bows.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's really going off the rails.
He's really found his own thing, man. He had a bow there, and I forget what it was made out of, but I was floored. It was beautiful that he had an Etar.
I have a Torrance that I got, but Tracy built it. It's black action wood with a white stripe. You've seen it. I've killed I've killed a shit ton of deer with that thing. I'm eventually gonna get a bow from Austin and Courtney. I'm eventually gonna get a bow from Sauk Trail, but it's one of those things like you look behind me, like, do I need a bow?
Right. But that's what we do. We buy what we like,
but yeah, it's all good. I mean, eventually
try to support.
I want to support my peeps.
Yeah, exactly.
So hey, while I'm here, since we're doing eye candy,
yeah.
So
I got 3 more pieces of eye candy before we're done.
You recognize? All right, that Supreme. This is a shit. My eyesight is horrible. Damn, I can't even read this.
Yeah, you notice I've done this whole podcast without my glasses.
Yeah,
so.
This is built in 07, number 46. So Bear Archery built the Supreme takedown for maybe 2 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but I'm just guessing here. Zebrawood, and I believe this is Honduran rosewood. And then they switched to Padalk, which is almost like Babinga, but notorious. And you probably won't be able to see all those dings and shit.
Yep, I can.
There's a crack in here.
Yeah.
It's there. So this was sent to me by Stephen Lee. Lee. So I have to backfill that crack with CA, and then
are you gonna put sawdust in the CA?
I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta mess with it.
Depends on how deep
I need to
it
get it on the bench because I have super high intensity lighting that even Stevie Wonder could see.
Right.
Okay.
Did I just give away one of your secrets?
No. The only time I put any sawdust in any CA is when I'm filling holes.
Right.
And plugging. Because I'll plug a hole with the same product, same material.
Right. Yeah.
Some guys backfill with glue and then fill it in and it looks like shit.
Right. You got to do the whole thing.
No, I can because of the stripe.
I can
mask it up.
Like when you're doing a hole, fill the hole with the whole material. Don't plug the hole and fill the top.
Right. Exactly. I fill the hole with the same wood that was there. And then I take a Chinese cabinet saw and cut it flush. And then I sand the whole area and refinish it all in the end. And then cosmetically touch up as I go if I need to. Luckily,
you got to make sure your grain's running the right way on your plug too.
I did that one time and it was backwards, dude. Stop drinking when you're working on bows, man. So that was years ago. I don't drink anymore. Bullshit. So it's all good.
That's why we have Thursday night bourbon nights.
So bourbon night. So we were going to talk about that. So I found online today a place that sells a glass. It's made of oak, but the inside is charred oak.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You drink your bourbon through that.
Oh.
So Google that or check it out online. It's on Facebook.
Okay.
If I find it again, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, my neighbors have my neighbor next house over has bourbon night every Thursday night. So I go down to his house, and the other neighbor comes up, and then sometimes we'll have flyers come in. But we have bourbon night every Thursday night, and from 6:30 till whenever, and we just sip on good high end bourbons. Right now, we've got a table of approximately. We have anywhere on hand at all times, anywhere from 25 to 40 to 50 bottles of good stuff.
That sounds awesome.
And we just have a big table, and we're like, what are we going to do? You just go over, you grab what you want.
Yeah. I don't do anything here. Listen, we go out Friday night for about 2 hours. We go Sunday to watch football for about 2 hours. That's it.
Right.
Remember, I used to go out every night.
Yep, I do.
I stay
You
home
used to
every
scare
night.
the crap out of me when you did too.
Yeah. Well, I stay home every night now and watch Game Show Network. So
All right.
that's my life.
Let me do this real quick. You know I love my Wilson Brothers widows.
Yeah, buddy.
I have several that I have let go that I regret every single one of them. I've not had near as many as a lot of the Wilson Brothers collectors,
Sure.
like Ray Hill and
Joe St. Charles.
yeah. I mean, I don't have that kind of cash to get that kind of collection, even though I would like to. Probably though, I had a 1959 60-inch with red brick glass, black epoxy, 40 pounds. It shot like a wonderful dream. And I sold that at ETAR one year to Dennis Mingus.
Mm-hmm. Who has left us. He's passed away.
He is. And I talked to Justin a couple of years ago and asked him if he might have something like that laying around. And he said, they're long gone. So anyway, Justin's a great guy. Justin's as nice as his dad was. So
okay. That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, so they sold off their collection.
So I picked up this one off eBay years ago. It has no holes at all anywhere.
Is it a 59?
It's a 60. It's a 1960.
Okay.
There we go. Can you see that? Is it close enough?
Yeah, you have 25 or 28.
Yeah.
66-inch. Beautiful.
It's an amazing bow. And there's something I got to show you. There's the, how can I get that over? There it is. Can you see that? I'm trying to show the tip.
Yeah, tip overlay.
Yeah. And of course, almost every bow that I shoot, I should have showed you that earlier. What is that?
Traps feather rest.
That is one of Daryl's feather rests. I still have a little stash, and I only use them on my personal bows. However, this bow got confiscated by Lisa because it was 25 pounds. So that's her bow now.
Okay, that's cool.
And so that I want you to note that this is actually serial number 3592.
Right.
Okay, 1960. I was cruising around eBay one day, and I was like, "Whoa, look at that!" And I bought serial number.
Sweet.
It's 9 numbers away, I believe.
Yeah.
It's 3583, I think, or
yeah. So
3583. So
you've refinished it. Yep.
No, well, I'll show you that in a minute. I bought this bow. That's whoever it was made for. I got it off eBay for a song because it was 9 numbers away from Lisa's bow.
Sure. Look how long the fade out is on that thing.
It's amazing. So the limbs are reverse trap.
Mm-hmm.
On all of them, they are. It did not have limb tips. It did not have overlays. So I took some of your material and I made an overlay for it. And the original color I got as close to the original color as
that looks outstanding.
And so I still have to. This is where you and this is where you kind of took me to school. I wanted to leave this, and you said, take a photo of it, copy it, because everybody's going to want this white. Everybody's going to want that completely white. I was like, well, but the original is there. It can only be original once. It needed to be refinished because it was roached,
Yeah, it was.
and the overlays on the tips were gone.
Well,
So
here's
I'm kind of-
here's where I'm going to offer some of my service.
yeah,
Next time I'm up there,
yeah,
let me sand it and replicate all that with ink
deal. Because I still have the paint.
because it's
And
already
then-
refinished. It's done.
It's done with the exception of that area, and then I'll have to sand it and clear it.
Yeah, I can replicate that. I
But
just need to-
once it's done, this is going to be a fantastic shooting bow. 29 pounds at 27.
I just love that. Would that be considered a moth?
I think it would be, yes. I'm pretty sure the color is, I mean, it was almost like it was like a vomit color.
I remember when
blue.
when you first got it, it was horrible.
If you look at how faded this was to the white, that's how faded this blue was. It was almost a green. It was disgusting. But I'm pretty sure this would be a moth.
Yeah,
But I'm
but
really excited about
it never said moth on it.
No, it never did.
You should
There was
reach out
nothing
to
on there was
you
nothing
should
on
reach
there
out
was-
to Joe St. Charles. He could probably give you more backstory on that bow.
He probably could. So,
Mhm.
and then last year at Baltimore, we were doing our normal thing at Camp Dingleberry,
Mhm.
and everybody started walking down to the blankets, carrying their pile stuff. And we've got one of the most ideal campsites for that because everybody's got to get by us. So to get to the swap meet. So we're just like making deals right there before they even get there. Well, this
Sure.
guy walked by and I almost tackled him.
Oh,
And
I remember that.
And I ended up buying this bow, which this one's a 61, I believe. It's no, I'm wrong. This one I believe is a 59.
Okay.
Here
Yeah, that's beautiful.
we go.
Oh, nice patina.
Yeah.
68,
Now,
26.
I think the
Jesus.
guy, I think he sprayed it clear. It's got a little bit of an orange peel type of
Yeah.
finish to it. He probably got that from Widow and put that on.
You
Or
could get
maybe
rid
I
of
did
that
that. I
orange
don't
peel. You
remember.
could get rid of that orange peel with like 1,000 grit
Yeah.
sandpaper and then
Yeah.
buff it.
But this one shoots fantastic. I mean,
I would
it's
imagine 68 inches, dude.
yeah, it's cool, man. So those are my three pride and joys of my Wilson brothers. I'm
Yeah.
always looking for more, but I'm not the guy that's going to spend a boatload of money on them.
Did you have that? Did you sell that one? Was it a PMA or it was like it was very expensive? It was a
I
lot
don't know.
of.
I've had several. of
It
them.
was black. That's all I remember. It was.
Yes, it was the TFB.
Yeah.
It was the one that had the riser like these,
Mhm.
the sexy riser.
Right.
I hunted with that bow for many years, and it was just a little bit too heavy for me as I aged.
Hmm.
I wish I had not sold that bow. I might have sent it back to Toby to see if he could reduce it a little
I'm
bit.
sure he could. Yeah, sure.
But it was a great bow. I killed that 1 8 point, and I think I killed another doe or two with it.
Yeah.
Great bow. Just you could beat the crap out of them. You don't have to worry about it. It's one thing I love about Widows. You can just they're bomb proof.
Yeah, they are bomb proof.
And the people at Widow, not to take away from any of the other vendors, but they're just and I saw it. Probably shouldn't say that. The Widow folks and all the folks I've met, St. Joe, and
It's regular people.
and they're just great people. The
Yeah.
whole industry really is. It's just a fantastic group of
If
people.
I
to
was
know.
going to buy a Widow, and I've told you this 100 times, it would be a KBX, 58 inches.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
my thing.
Yep.
But anyway,
But yeah, I'm always on the lookout for it. If you'll, I will not buy a Wilson Brothers with holes.
oh no,
So I just won't. I won't fill them. As a matter of fact, if I'm going to collect a bow, if it's got non-factory holes in it, I'm not buying it. I
Huh.
refuse to deal with holes anymore.
yeah.
So
I said-
that's just me. That's just
Well,
me.
and I said that when I got married. But yeah, I totally get it. I'm the same way. I've got primo bows now in my collection. They're slowly starting to leave. Um, Unfortunately, I'm predominantly a lefty. I do
Yeah,
have
you switched. When you switched hard. You played around righty and lefty both for the longest time I can remember. And now you just went straight hardcore southpaw.
so the only thing I have righty left that's worth anything is my original 1959 Bear Kodiak.
Right,
45 pounds, 60 inches,
right,
refinished by me because it was dog shit when I got it.
right.
And I'm the second owner. So, yeah, like we talked about, that's going to go in the crematorium with me. So, but dude, we are at,
Oh, somebody
what?
wanted to say hi to you.
Oh, oh, the gnome. So I got a story, guys. So climbing a tree stand in your 30s is cool. Climbing a tree stand in your 40s is cool. But when you're in your 50s, your cat-like reflexes aren't the greatest. So when you come over the top of the platform of the tree stand and you encounter that bastard with your green flashlight on your head and his ass is facing you.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. And that was before lifelines. Good thing I held on to shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that
So,
was I think we had planned to hunt a Saturday morning
yeah.
early at the
Yeah.
basketball court.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be out in the area for work, like right near that area. And I ran by Dave's real quick and I took the gnome and I ran up in Rich's stand and he had a ladder stand and I put it right at the top of the ladder stand where you put your feet when you turn around and sit down. So as soon as he crested the ladder, bam, there was the gnome right there.
Oh, yeah. I flipped out. I took
Um,
that thing and threw it like 20 yards.
and then he cussed me out via text message.
Yeah. And then I
Um,
think I farted and you
yeah,
heard the fart.
probably.
Yeah.
But the gnome has been on many hunts with us, many hunts at the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
I used to move. Rich knew every morning that we would hunt. He at the basketball court, he would have to just his morning ritual was where's the gnome because there was ferns everywhere and brush and logs and stuff, and I would always sneak in the day before and put the gnome somewhere. So he would have to find the gnome in the morning.
Yeah. I don't want no surprises.
Yeah, and but the gnome has been with us at Baltimore since we've had him. I'm sure anybody that goes to Baltimore or Etar, whether it was Denton Hill or now Sawmill, the gnome, you can always find me by the gnome. Just look for
Yep.
the gnome, the mooning gnome, and that's probably me. And now we have a sign for our campsite, Raineman and Lisa. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Welcome to somewhere. And Mike McMullen, Bushwhacker, he bought us that sign uh, as a wedding gift.
It's awesome.
So that goes with us everywhere. So
That's
if you ever
awesome.
need to find me, look for the gnome.
Yeah. Or look for the police.
No, that's what they're
That's
looking
my
for
thing.
you.
That's my thing. Yeah. So,
Oh, but
dude.
now Razor Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Razor Ray and Mike McMullen, they got this gnome thing going back and forth. They're finding gnomes that look like each other, and they're like finding gnomes with the middle finger, and
Yeah.
they're setting gnomes up and violating positions on each other and stuff.
Yeah. I've seen some of those photos. Yeah.
So I just have my little happy mooning gnome, and that's all I need. And then Mike and Ray can go nuts with the other stuff.
That's awesome. Dude, well, we're over 2 hours. This
Yeah,
is
well, we
fantastic.
do that.
I want to thank you again for coming on and shooting the shit with me.
Yeah, I'm glad I could finally get a chance to do it.
So guys, we're gonna publish this in a week or two. Tonight, Billy Burger's gonna be published. Billy Burger from I Caveman and Naked and Afraid. Yeah, buddy. Like them
I've
naked
never
things.
seen a single episode.
You should. You should
I
really
probably should. Yeah.
at least watch this one because I was like, yeah. I don't know how a guy does it. I could shit, if I was in my 30s and I'm naked in the woods with a smoking hot chick,
You'd be running into stuff.
yeah, I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
But I mean, they stuck him in a Louisiana swamp. I mean, a freaking moccasin every 10 feet. And it was during alligator mating season. And they have to swim 500 yards across this lake
Yeah,
that's
no.
loaded with pissed off alligators.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'd have been done at mosquitoes.
Well, that's there too.
I'm done there. I'm a big wuss when it comes to biting insects. I'm done.
You know, it's weird. Here in Florida, I have no mosquitoes. And I have water behind my house, a big trench.
Right.
Nothing.
That's
So,
because all the palmetto bugs eat them.
oh, gross. Oh, God. Cockroaches. So I spray my house inside and out. I don't have really any bug issues except for millipedes. I don't know how the hell they get in my house.
Jeez.
So I pick them up with my needle nose pliers and I throw them outside. Just
Let the
get out.
lizards eat them, right?
Right. And the lizards, I found out, eat each other. They're carnivorous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cannibalistic. So it's kind of interesting to watch these little lizards, and then I don't see them anymore. I'm like, and there's the big guy staring at me, going like this.
With a tail hanging out of his mouth, right?
Right. And he bobs his head at me and inflates his throat patch. It turns red. So he's challenging me, who is 40 feet bigger than him. Yeah. So it's a thing. But Jim, I want to thank you again for coming on. People, like us and subscribe. Droptine Traditions Podcast on Spotify and on YouTube. I got the hiccups now, so I definitely got to go.
And I know how you're going to end this. And I'm going to say, especially in the light of recent events,
Yeah.
love
People-
each other.
Yeah. Love each other. Take care of each other. Respect each other. I'm not even going down the other road.
No, I'm just saying.
Yep. It's more imperative
that's-
now than ever
Exactly.
that we take care of each other.
Yep.
All right, brother.
I love you, man.
I love you too. Give a hug to Lisa and
Yep.
Tristan,
Hugs to
everybody
Lisa.
else. Yep. I will talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
All right. Bye, everybody.